was sunbathing and she was laying face down.
August 25th, 1995.
They ran down and grabbed her by the back of the head of the hair.
23-year-old Heather Teague was sunbathing along the Ohio River near Evansville until
she was out this far in. He just walked right up in the trees and they disappeared.
Yellow police tapes everywhere.
she vanished.
This is the shirt she left on the beach.
But Teague didn't just walk away. Something far more sinister happened.
A man looking across the river from the Indiana side through a telescope had seen Heather being dragged into the woods by a man with dark bushy hair and a beard.
No one has seen Heather Teague since.
It was almost a numbness and such a fear. I remember hearing somebody screaming when they made us leave the beach, and it was me. These are all my open records here. This whole drawer is full of open records.
Her mother, Sarah Teague, has been on the hunt for answers for 23 years.
She was everything I never was.
The days after Heather's disappearance were a blur.
On day 4, the sketch came out of this wild-looking man.
By day 5, tips poured into Kentucky State Police and detectives honed in on Marty Dill as a suspect. But when they went to question him at his home, he killed himself.
We had no other choice but to believe that Marty Dill had done it.
But there was a problem. His friends, family, and others who knew him say Marty Dill was bald and clean-shaven when Heather was taken. Did you have any doubt in your mind that Marty Dill had taken Heather?
That was day 5. I had no, I didn't know. Well, we just believed. You know, I mean, that's what we were told. Marty had done it.
But the description from the witness didn't match.
He went into such graphic detail that her little feet were dangling from the sand, and that her hair was pulled back so tightly that she couldn't scream. It was like the whole story. Everything he had told me wasn't true.
That's when Sarah Teague's battle to find out what really happened to her daughter began.
It's been a fight all these years.
First, Kentucky State Police refused to give her the 911 call made by the eyewitness or any other information from the case file.
Some days I would just be in tears. I was like, I don't understand. This is a 911 call. This is a public record.
In 2008, they let her and her lawyer listen to the call. Then again in 2016. But Teague and her lawyer both say those were 2 different calls.
When that call can be hidden from a family and the public for 20 years, we've got a problem.
No, there's no explanation for those allegations. Obviously, there were different individuals that were in those rooms between 2008 versus 2016 on KSP's side.
What did he look like? He was kind of heavy set.
After years, state police recently released the only call they say exists to Teague.
And it looked, I couldn't tell if he had a full beard or if he just had real shaggy hair or something over his face.
But the fight for her daughter is still in court. She's asked the judge to force Kentucky State Police to turn over other information about the case that investigators have repeatedly refused to give her.
Now, I swear this guy looked like he had a gun.
She's also fighting to get that eyewitness on the stand to testify under oath about what he saw that day. And during the course of that fight, another suspect emerged, Christopher Below.
I've written to him in prison and everything.
Witnesses placed him in the general area where Teague disappeared, and he's from the same county. He's now serving time in Ohio after confessing to killing a young woman in 1991, but has denied any involvement in Teague's abduction.
You want to put your faith and trust into an agency.
But Teague says she can't. She says she also can't trust the man who made that 911 call all those years ago.
He snuck up behind him, grabbed by the head of the hair, and raised her head up and looked at me like he shouldered a gun.
But it's done little to ease the pain of a mother in the fight of her life with the people tasked with solving this mysterious crime.
No matter how many years it's been, there is going to be justice for Heather. There's going to be people held accountable. And unfortunately, some of these people wear badges.
Why keep going 22 years later?
I can't stop, and you wouldn't either if it were your child.